EA skipped a standalone game this year, but they just dropped the massive 2026 Season Pack DLC for F1 25. We get a completely new generation of smaller cars, active aerodynamics, the tactical overtake system, and the brand new Madrid Street Circuit. But if you're playing on a PS5 Pro, there is a much bigger story here. This game officially carries the PS5 Pro Enhanced badge on the PlayStation Store. According to the fresh launch blog from Codemasters, this update introduces an upgraded version of Enhanced PSSR to deliver the absolute ultimate console racing experience. Today, we're evaluating the 3 brand new rendering modes, testing out the new physics from the raw, immersive cockpit view, and finding out if it actually delivers a true next-gen experience or if it's just marketing fluff. Is it worth your money? Let's find out. Before we look at the physics, we need to talk about what Enhanced PSSR is doing under the hood. In the past, console racing games forced us to make a brutal compromise: sharp visuals or high performance. Enhanced PSSR fixes this by using an AI upscaling to reconstruct a pristine image. But it goes further. Codemasters revealed that the Pro's quality mode uses a locked 60 frames per second to deliver an insane graphical stack. We are talking ray trace reflections, dynamic diffuse global illumination, and ray traced global illumination, all running simultaneously. Look at the grid changes on screen right now. With these clean garage rotations and updated driver face scans, the text, the sponsor logos, and the paint lines are perfectly sharp, completely eliminating that annoying shimmering effect you usually get on standard consoles. However, quality mode isn't completely perfect. While driving in my normal cockpit view, you can't actually see the side mirrors, but if you park the car, turn the wheel left and pan the camera over to check the mirror's reflections, you'll notice some pretty heavy jagged lines. It looks like the dynamic resolution for ray trace reflections takes a sharp dip to keep it that 60 frames per second locked. It's a minor visual glitch, but it's exactly the kind of technical detail you only notice when you really dive deep into the hardware. But a pretty garage menu doesn't mean anything if it doesn't feel right and you're pushing the limits. The PS5 Pro gives us 3 specific choices now. There is quality mode, performance mode, and if you have it, 8K resolution. If you have a compatible display, my personal favourite for competitive real driving is 120Hz performance mode. You're seeing it right now. For me, frame rate is everything in a racing title, especially in heavy rain here at Suzuka. High frames dictate your reaction times and how fast your brain processes slight corrections through your steering wheel. On the base PS5 running at 120Hz meant losing ray tracing and accepting a very soft, muddy image. On the PS5 Pro, Enhanced PSSR manages to keep a massive chunk of that visual sharpness intact while keeping a rock solid 120 frames per second. Driving through the blinding spray, my eyes aren't straining to find the braking markers. You can spot your references a fraction of a second early, which makes your wheel inputs feel tighter, safer, and way more precise. To showcase this hardware, Codemasters stated that the flagship edition, the brand new MADRING circuit in Madrid, was built from the ground up, specifically to highlight these PS5 Pro features. That's why I'm running this race in full quality mode. It is a technical monster with 22 corners and tight barriers. Street circuits usually crush console performance because of the catch fencing and close-up buildings. but the Pro handles the shifting shadows perfectly as you fly under the bridges. As for the 2026 regulations, the cars feel drastically different. They are smaller, nimbler, and feature active aerodynamics alongside that brand new tactical overtake mode. Managing your battery while throwing a lighter car into the tight sharp corners of Madrid is incredibly fun, because the visual clarity is so high from the cockpit. Learning this brand new street track layout feels way more rewarding because you aren't fighting motion blur or trying to memorise the turns. So what's the final verdict? Is F1 25 2026 Season Pack on the PS5 Pro the ultimate console racing experience? If you are a casual player on a standard 60Hz TV, the base PS5 version is going to serve you just fine. But if you're like me, someone who values pure immersion, plays in a high refresh rate display, and wants the absolute sharpest visual cues while wrestling a wheel, this combination is spectacular. Enhanced PSSR bridges the gap, giving us elite graphics without sacrificing competitive performance. The 2026 DLC breathes fresh life into F1 25 with a grid shake-up we desperately needed, and running it on the PS5 Pro makes it feel like a true next-gen title. Let me know in the comments down below, are you picking up the 2026 Season Pack? And has PSSR done enough to make you consider upgrading to the PS5 Pro? Thanks very much for watching, and as always, remember, be free, be happy.